In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a campaign strategy that actually converts within Omnisend. Now, I want to be fully transparent. This video is sponsored by Omnisend, but I can 100% stand by them as a significantly more affordable option to Klaviyo with, honestly, 95% of the functionality that you're going to get within there. So we are actively in the process of encouraging some of our clients to move over to Omnisend. If you're a freelancer or an agency, definitely consider this, as they offer really, really good partner support. So I definitely recommend checking that out. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to check that out. Side note as well, this video is part of a school community training module. So this is video, I think, number 4 in the overall training module. If you want to see the whole training module, there's a link to my free school community in the description as well. Click that, you'll be good to go. If you have any questions, let me know, or if you want to get on a call with me completely for free, 30 minutes every Friday, join the free school community. All right, we'll see you in there. This document right here is accessible in the school community video that you're watching this on. So if I go ahead and bring this up here, you'll see it. I'm gonna edit it right now. I'm gonna prove to you that it's right here. Resources, right there. All right, you can access this link in the school module. Now, what I'm going to do in this little section here is I'm going to break down the type of content that you can send, the percentage of content that you want to send. I'm going to show you how to create a campaign in Omnisend. So the first thing we have to keep in mind is the relative split that we're going to have within our content in a given month. Now, I want to stress this is not a hard rule, and every business is different, and every business has a relative amount of nuance to it. So take these as like a relatively good guiding principles when it comes to figuring out what type of content you want to send every day, every week, every month. I like to split up the content that we send for my clients between the following: 60% educational, 30% product focused, and 10% sales focused. Okay. Now, there are 3 types of emails that predictably sell: product release, product restock, and sales. All right. Product focus can sell, but not as effective. But these emails here help build trust and build education so that when you do come to sending these types of emails, they sell more effectively. These emails here, educational, typically, not always, but typically do not sell as well. Okay. So I'm going to break down the types of content you can send, why you should send them, and the segments that you want to target here. Okay. So first one here is behind the scenes, how products are made. So when it comes to educational content, you can show the process behind the scenes of how the products are created, have photos of the offices, the factories, all sorts of stuff. People really value the human raw element to these emails, by the way. Don't try and be super polished and everything like that. Take photos of you working at a desk, or of your team manufacturing a product, or your manufacturing warehouse in China, anything like that. It really does connect people to your brand effectively. The science behind our materials. So if you're selling a specific product, explain the science that goes into the decision-making process as to why you decide to use X and Y materials, and do so in a way that positions yourselves as premium. Okay. Us versus them also do pretty well, by the way. Even though this is educational, it can actually act as product focused to a certain degree. Us versus them is great because it compares either, you can pick a direct competitor if you want, or you can just go them as a general homogenized group, right? And so you can say comparing what we're doing to the rest of the market is a neutral way to go about it. But if you want to be aggressive and really pick an enemy, pick like a Walmart versus us, or a really big brand that everyone knows, if you're trying to go for that underdog angle. Frequently asked questions, Q&A, okay? Customer spotlights. By the way, really quickly, educational content should always go to your engaged readers. So remember the previous module that I just talked about? If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the school community. In the previous module, we created a segment of engaged customers. These are going to be your engaged customers, engaged non-customer segments. This is what they're going to go to. Probably a 90-day engaged window, okay? Customer spotlight works very well. Share a customer story focused on creative use, problem solving, or lessons learned, okay? So figure out what the most common use case for your product is. Pull a review of somebody explaining how the product actually solved that problem, and then really highlight it. Now, you're going to get bonus points here if you actually have photos of the person who reviewed the product and photos of them actually using the product. The more human, the more real, the better. Meet the team, introduce the key team members and decision makers, and what they do inside the business. Always a nice fun element. Ensure that you actually have real photos of people here too, just to create that connection between the brand and the founders. Speaking of founders, introduce the founder. I like to make these actually to get I like to build these out in a way that's plain text. Now these can be done quite tastefully, where it's like, hey, my name's Gavin, righty, rah, here's my business, here's why I started everything. Make them plain text though. And believe it or not, you'll actually get responses from those emails. General business updates. Me personally, if you check out my YouTube channel, I have this channel that if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see, but I have another channel where I just document my business journey and everything that I'm learning. And that creates a really strong bond between my watchers or viewers and the business, making it a hell of a lot easier to sell stuff when it comes to sending these types of emails here. So that's just a starting point. Use those as examples for emails that you can send. Product focus, okay? Now, you'll find that there's a little bit of crossover from these emails to these emails. But where it becomes product focus is where you're focusing specifically on one product as opposed to the brand itself. So behind the scenes, how products are made, change that to behind the scenes, how XYZ product is made, okay? And then it becomes a very specific targeted product focus on that individual product. Segments targeted for all of these engaged readers. And you can pretty much take every single one of these ideas here, and instead of making them homogenized and speaking to the business in its entirety, instead speak directly to the product itself, okay? Then we have product release, product restock, and sales. These emails should go to your entire list, assuming your engagement or deliverability is healthy, okay? Now, if you don't know what that looks like, join the call and I'll teach you. Every Friday, 4:30 my time, just check the calendar in the school community. It's completely free. So, product release, release email focusing on new SKUs, restock email letting readers know about the new items that have been restocked or the old items that have been restocked, and then sales, okay? Sales emails are just obviously are emails that focus on a sale with a specific offer, and you can see that right there. So those are the typical buckets that we try to categorize campaigns into. Okay, from there, now keep in mind you have your rules of thumb for your segmentation here. Now keep in mind, when it comes to sending these emails, this is all you should send. This is a starting point for strategy and ideas. Now, you can get super granular with your segmentation, by the way. If you remember, we created segments. We can create segments of people who've bought previous products in the past and then figure out, okay, if they've bought this product in the past, perhaps we should exclude them from getting the science behind the products that they bought. And instead, if we have a science behind our product, let's say that you only sell apples and bananas, and you have a segment of people who've bought apples, exclude them from the science behind our materials for apples, right? Assuming there's not a high repeat order rate within that product category, and instead send them emails that focus on bananas. Otherwise, if you want to focus on doing restocks, really important, watch the automation and flow workshop just here, where I talk about how to use the post-purchase flows to start cross-selling and upselling on repeat orders. So there we go. Those are the content ideas that we can largely focus on. Now, we're going to go into how to create a campaign in Omnisend. So, here we are. We are in Omnisend. We're going to click Campaigns on the left-hand side. And we're going to go ahead and click Create Email Campaign. Okay. Subject line. Insert your subject line. We're just going to go Test. Sender name. Okay. Now, this can be different. It can be Gavin, or it can be John. It can be whatever you want, or it can be company name team. Personally, I like to go for the personalized element if you're a smaller company and you're actually leaning on the brand connection and the brand story. So for me, all my emails come from Gavin, right? But if I was Nike, I wouldn't be saying email from Phil Knight. No one's going to believe that, right? So adjust it accordingly. In this case, I'm going to say Gavin. And you can decide what email you want to send it from, either the shared Omnisend email or your dedicated sending domain. Now, if you remember, in our previous module here, in Omnisend Foundations, we went over how to set up your domain name. Watch that video if you haven't already done that, and then you can select a different email. Now, receive replies to a different email address. If you send an email and you tick this, and then someone replies, you can select one of the emails here that is verified that replies will go to. So while I might send it from hello@inbox.co.nz, I can change the receive replies to a different email address to be gavin@inbox.co.nz, and then I will get responses into my inbox instead of the email that went out. Pre-header basically is another word for preview line. We'll call this test. I'm going to give it a name. This is for internal purposes, the campaign name, and the language. Okay. Really cool thing that Omnisend allows you to do is auto post email campaigns to your Facebook page. Just make sure that you actually connect your Facebook page to do that. Now, choose email template. Sorry, we're going to untick that. Choose email templates. Omnisend is going to give you a bunch of pre-built email templates. For the sake of this video, I'm not actually going to create an email template because that's just standard operating procedure. You can create one in your own time. We're going to use one of their ones here. So here you can change the logo, edit everything, so on and so forth, change your images. Really important note when you're designing emails and sending them. Have alt text for every image. What alt text essentially is the text that shows up if the image does not load in the email browser. So let's say I go into my inbox, for example, and I click an email and I have poor internet connection. The image doesn't fully load, right? What it'll show instead is the alt text. So make sure you include that in the images, and it also helps your overall deliverability, by the way. Ensure every image has a link, okay? And then ensure that you fill out pretty much with all your details here. Now, really important rule of thumb here, guys, when you're doing email marketing, always preview and test. Preview looks like this. This is one way to look at it. Personally, though, I like to send test emails to myself as well, just to get an idea of what it looks like in the inbox as opposed to Omnisend's predetermined template builder. So let me show you. We go here. We look for the test that was sent. We can see it right here. And here you go. There's what the email looks like. Now, quick note. See how it says this? This is because it's been sent from a test email domain. When you change your dedicated sending domain, or rather update your DNS records to show that Omnisend, or tell Omnisend that you own the domain that you are claiming to send from, which we went over in the Omnisend Foundations module, you will see this change. And it'll change to whatever you set it to. So in my case, it would be gavin@inbox.co.nz. Quick note, Omnisend logo will be there by default unless you go on to a paid plan. Omnisend's very affordable. So I recommend the moment you start scaling your email marketing, you'll need to get on a paid plan. It's well worth it. Then you're going to go into here, done, save and choose recipients. This is where we select the segment that we want to target. Okay, so you're going to click Let Me Choose Segment. You're going to create a segment. Now, if you already got your segments created previously, they will show up here. If they haven't, you get to select Let Me Choose My Segment. Okay? Or we can go all subscribers. In this case, it's there. But you get the idea. If we created our segment already, it would show up there. Then we go Review Campaign. You have the option to send a test email again. Click Review Campaign. And then what you can do is it gives you a few options. Automatically resend your campaign to subscribers who missed it initially. I recommend turning this off if you are unsure of what your deliverability looks like. If your deliverability is good, okay, and I just want to note, I have a full class on how to properly analyze your deliverability in the paid community right here. You can see it here. Deliverability is a module that we teach right here. If your deliverability is good, I would recommend turning this on. If it's not, turn it off. Okay, and then you can schedule for later. Now, I'm not going to save or schedule or send this at all, but that is how you create a campaign within Omnisend along with the content counter that you want. Now, once again, you have this board completely for free if you're watching this in the school community. If you have any questions, let me know.